Within that cumulonimbus cloud, there's so much that's going on. We really have that storm development going on. And so we do have a lot of air that's going to be shifting up. We do have a lot of air that's going to be shifting back down. We have that cell development going on inside that air parcel as well. And so there's a lot of horizontal and vertical movement that we start to see as a result of that. When these molecules of air are shifting past each other, sometimes they're going to transfer electrons. I know we're getting into the world of the chemists a little bit, but these electrons are going to be shifting back and forth. And as a result, what we will start to see is we're going to start to see the top part of this cloud having a bit of polarity. Remember that those electrons are going to be causing something to be negatively or positively charged. In the regular air, they're pretty neutral, but here we start to see our positively charged particles at the top. We start to see our negatively charged particles along the bottom of this cloud. And this whole cloud is going to be moving along. We start to have this different polarity for the different parts of the cloud. Now, the ground is paying attention to all of this. So what the ground will start to do is it starts to take on some polarity as well. And so what we will sometimes see is this type of shadow underneath these cumulonimbus clouds, or this huge amount of vertical movement going on inside there, where we start to see a little bit of a positive charge going on there as well. When we get enough electricity built up in here, then what starts to happen is we start to neutralize these. But let's take a look at what happens over here on the golf course. Perhaps we're out here on the golf course, and we'll put up the little sign there. And it's a very fancy golf course. It's a very nice golf course. It costs a lot of money, obviously, to go to. And so our happy golfer is out there. And let's see, we'll do our little person like so. And then they're going to be holding up this big metal pole up into the air. And there they are. And they've got their cute little hat. And we'll put their cute little hat in orange, and they've got this hideous orange shirt on that kind of comes out, and to go with the hideous orange shirt, they're going to be wearing these blue pants because, you know, they probably are for CRC anyway. And here we go. And what are they doing? But they're holding up a big metal rod up into the air because they're trying to get this tiny little ball into this tiny little hole here. Well, as that happens, that positive shadow is coming along. Most people who see these big thunderheads out on the horizon think, wow, I want to get inside. However, if you paid a lot of money to go to the golf course, then you're going to start to have this cloud move overhead. And if you have a negative charge overhead and a positive charge down below you, and you're holding a piece of metal, that energy is going to to go right through you. And so, yes, sometimes we have this rapid discharge of electricity that goes through the atmosphere. And if it hits the metal pole that you're holding up, then it's going to go right through there and right through you to go to the ground. Otherwise, it might come along and hit a tree, because the tree is going to be a route that it can travel. It'll be happier traveling through metal, or you to some point than traveling just through the atmosphere. It might hit a tree, and as it does that, it neutralizes there. Or other times, we're just going to see this release of energy going down from this cloud, and they kind of reach each other. That energy is released. What do we know that as? We know that as lightning. Now, that lightning is going to do something wild and crazy. Surrounding that lightning strike, it takes all of that air, and it's going to be rapidly causing it to expand because it's warmed it really high, because it sent energy through that air. And so that air right around there expands very quickly. And as soon as that lightning strike goes away, then it starts to come back in. And as that air starts to compress again, get rapid heating of the air. And again, that energy source is going to be going away, and so cooling air. This will be causing expansion. The cooling air compresses. And as that cooling air compresses, it releases sound. Now, as that cooling air releases sound, it makes a rumbling sound that we know as thunder.